I never thought I'd be the kind of woman to cheat, until I found myself pregnant and didn't even know who the father was. Some secrets are meant to stay buried, but mine came back to haunt me in the worst possible way. Before you judge, please listen to my story to the end. My name is Betty, and this my confession. Before I met my fiancé, Greg, my life was completely different. I wasn't looking for love. I was looking for financial security, and I found it in a man who seemed to have everything I thought I wanted. He was older, rich, generous, a classic sugar daddy. He took care of me, paid my bills, showered me with gifts, made my life easy. I knew it wasn't love, but I convinced myself that didn't matter. Until one day, I realized I wanted more. I wanted real love, a real future. So I left him. No drama, no big fallout, just a clean break. Fast forward a few years and I met Greg. He was everything my sugar daddy wasn't. Young, passionate, full of life. With him, I didn't only feel like I was being taken care of. I felt like I was loved. We dated for a year, and when he proposed, I said yes without hesitation. For the first time, I felt like I had made the right choice. Then came the night that changed everything. Greg invited me to a family dinner. I was excited, nervous, wanting to make a good impression. But the moment I walked into his house, my world collapsed. Sitting at the table was him, my sugar daddy. Greg stood up and gestured toward him, smiling, and said, "Betty, this is my dad." I felt my whole world collapse. I knew he recognized me. He knew exactly who I was. I knew he remembered everything. Yet he said nothing, acted normal, as if we were complete strangers, like our past had never existed. The man I thought I had left behind is now Greg's father. I had spent years trying to escape that part of my life, only to have it come back in the worst possible way. I tried to keep my composure as Greg introduced us, nodding politely and smiling, but inside, panic was rising. I wasn't naive enough to think it would end there. A few days later, I got a message from him. "We need to talk." Fear gripped me. I didn't want to see him, but I had no choice. If I ignored him, I knew he would come to me instead. When we finally met, his expression was unreadable, but his words were very clear when he asked, "You didn't tell my son about us?" I told him. "It was in the past. It doesn't matter anymore." He let out a dry laugh and said, "It matters to me. And it will matter to Greg when he finds out his fiancée used to be in my bed." My whole body tensed. "I won't let you ruin this for me," I whispered. He smirked. "I don't have to. You will. You have two choices. End things with Greg, or I tell him everything." Panic gripped me. If Greg found out, he would leave me. Our perfect life, our planned future together, would all be gone in an instant. I loved Greg. I don't want to lose him. I wouldn't. "There has to be another way," I pleaded. He leaned in, his voice low as he said, "There is another way." I knew what he meant. The way he looked at me, the brush of his fingers against my arm. I had no choice. So I gave in. I gave in to his demand to sleep with me. Not because I wanted to, not because I still had feelings for him, but because I felt trapped. At first I told myself it would only be once. Just once to keep him quiet, to protect my life with Greg. But once became twice. Twice became more. I lost count. He had me whenever he wanted, wherever he wanted. It started in his office, late nights when the building was empty. I would slip in through the back entrance, hands shaking, telling myself it was the last time. But each time I tried to break away, he reminded me of what was at stake. Tell Greg the truth, or give me what I want. He knew exactly how to keep me under his control. The worst was the night it happened in Greg's family house. Greg had gone on a weekend trip with his friends. I was alone with his parents, trying to play the perfect future daughter-in-law. His mother had gone to bed early, and I was downstairs when I heard Greg's father's voice behind me. "Come upstairs." I wanted to say no, but his smirk told me I had no choice. Other times it happened in his car, in quiet, hidden spots. Those nights left me feeling dirty, ashamed, like I had lost control over my life. I thought sleeping with Greg's father would keep my secret safe. I thought I could control the damage and keep Greg from ever finding out. But life has a cruel way of punishing mistakes. My nightmare continues, and no matter how hard I try to outrun my past, it catches up with me. And it might cost me everything. Because few weeks later, I missed my period. At first I blamed stress, but then came the nausea, the fatigue. So I took a test, and it came out positive. I was pregnant. And the worst part? I had no idea who the father was. I tried to do the math, to piece together every moment, but it was impossible. It could be either of them. Greg, the man I loved, with whom I had planned a future, could be the father. If it was him, everything would be perfect. We'd finally have the family we dreamed of. But then there was Greg's father. If it was his child, it would destroy everything. My relationship, my future, even me. I had done everything to protect my relationship, and now I was carrying a secret that could destroy it completely. I don't know what to do, and I don't know how to fix this. I know some will find my actions unforgivable, but please, don't judge too harshly. I was scared, confused, and I thought I was protecting the one thing that mattered most. Now, I face the consequences of my choices, and I have to live with them. What would you do if you were in my shoes? I need your honest advice. Leave them in the comment section. I'll be reading them.